Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Margie. I'm a Health empath, and I just like doing these little talks on how I feel about things and being an empath. I feel about everything. One of them clairiers, I call them clairiers, clairvoyant, clairaudient, I can't remember all the words because it's like millionaire clairier. I got them all. Super intuitive, freaking people call it extrasensory perception, people call it psychic, heck, I'm an esoteric Sherlock as far as I'm concerned. I just pay real close attention to a lot of things, and deductive reasoning skills are pretty on point. And I ain't 100%. I am in good standing. I'm right more than I'm wrong. So, but I'm wrong enough just to remind myself I ain't always right. It's all about balance. You gotta keep that ego in check, and it's important. Everybody has one. If freaking egos didn't exist, there wouldn't be ambition, there wouldn't be drive, there wouldn't be hope, there wouldn't be dreams, there wouldn't be gumption, there wouldn't be moxie, there wouldn't be vision, there wouldn't be so many positive things, but when people use that more than their spirit gets shadowed by ego, and then, well, we get the world that we're living in. When you have people that are all plastic, working harder, hardly working. Did you see the big game this weekend? Da 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 da. Da la 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 la. I just like people that say the same things over and over. I'm just like, artificial intelligence is already won. Because there ain't a whole lot of original content, a whole lot of original thought. I mean, there is. It's not as much as there could be or should be at this point in the game, It's like everybody's been going, look at that circle over there. Do you see that circle over there? But they call it the left ring and the white ring and the GOP or Dems or whatever they call them these days. And they're like, this side and this side, but it makes a circle. And it's the same gross system, It's a system that takes too much, and they're not even taxing the rich, and they're the people that are running the show are the rich that aren't getting taxed. So if they can spend 1.3 billion in advertising for BS elections, and I don't want to get too far into numbers because it just makes me get all twisty wild, but other people are starting to look at numbers. Finally, there's enough for everyone. There's enough for everyone. Heck, if they just you got the $682 billion military budget. Every United States, for everybody in America could have freaking here. One-time cash payment, $100,000, or $1 million, If they it's just all numbers, and they say what the numbers are. Why don't you just say the numbers that can go in favor of the people, everybody, instead of just the few at the top? That's what this season's all about, is 2020, the year of clear vision. This whole next year is just going to be Cuba. I mean, all this seediness, all this stuff that egos got weight, because egos won't stop. They'll keep growing. They're not going to be satisfied with what they have. So they'll keep escalating, and people don't like to confront people real often, and when people do confront people, if they just deny or keep their mouth closed and hold off and don't answer, then they can keep doing what they've been doing, and that ain't good enough for a lot of people. Freaking, and I believe that we tell ourselves, we have our life, my little esoteric tells, my little goose eggs that I get that tell me about what people and who people really are not going to be the same as yours, because we don't come from the same place and we're not from the same perspective. I look at people's perspective, and it's like have you ever seen the sun at the end of the day shine through a fence, and it shows beams of light, through the fence? Well, that main light, I look at it as source, higher power, God, whatever, whoever wants to call it whatever you want, I don't care. Just as long as you ain't believing that you're running the show, it's something outside of yourself that we're all rhythmically connected to, that's establishing our beat. We just get to guide which way we turn up the volume, up or down, or the speed of our vibe, up or down. And And we're just like that little light on the ground, you know. We're just a reflection of that huge source, and how we show up, you know, in life. Is there enough for everybody, or is there just enough for me? And I think there's going to be a lot. I mean, there's already a lot of people fearful, you know, and we've been talking, hey, there's going to be earth changes. And they're only beginning. Volcano, White Island, I believe it's called, you know, in New Zealand. I just did a little report the other day about how they saw a tornado down there for the first time. You know, there ain't no norms anymore. Weather, people behavior, there's no more normal. It's just, you know, hoping you're gonna come across the people that you're gonna meet in any given day are gonna be balanced more than imbalanced, you know. And there's more and more balanced people stepping up into their realization. So it's like it could go either way still, really. But yeah, I only saw one picture, and I can't find a verification of the before and after of that of the geography. You know, go to Google Earth or something like that to see. But I do believe that some rock formations have been added there based on one picture, but it hasn't yet been verified. So I'm not gonna. But there's only going to be more, because there's a lot of pressure inside people, and as within, so without, and that pressure is building, and it creates tension, you know, and the earth is feeling the same pressure, you know. It's just all this pressure, and what are they doing to relieve it? Where is she at? Luna just got scratches and itches. Luna's back there chilling. She's been hanging out. She's doing a lot better. She's on a little diet. She's back to sugar hips now. She's sugaring her hips pretty bits. She's my pretty lady. She smiles. She smiles. It's so adorable. She's a smiling dog. She's a happy girl. She was about less than an hour from being put down. She came from South Carolina. She's my East-West Coast girl. Yeah. West Side. Peace, love. Anyway, things are just weird, and like technology's being just extra, and I have a hard time with it anyway. Like I can't let's put it this way, I can't rant text, because it doesn't matter what device I'm using, stuff gets glitchy. I gotta keep my field down in a calm, peaceful state, because when I don't, and it's like it's almost like freaking electronically the Incredible Hulk. So I just have not been using technology a lot, because I haven't been able lately. We got up this morning and the heater didn't turn on. I was like, oh God, here we go. This time this is the same thing. It's the same model, different model of the one that I had that freaking worked for years. And it started doing the same thing, so I just looked it up online and freaking blew out the back, and then it worked. Little intake sensor gets dusty, and that'll happen quicker with 4 dogs and a cat, you know, so you clean it up. And it's the thing is people have for too long. I've always done that. It's like I always look for solutions for things to make things last, because I don't want to spend money on a freaking another heater, you know. Not again, you know, so find a solution. I was about ready to take it apart anyway, so. But a lot of people don't have that that curiosity, or, you know, even can believe in themselves enough to say, hey, maybe I can fix this. They don't even try. It's just like, no. And the amount of resources spent, wasted for things that don't need to be replaced is just, yeah. I think people are finding out, actually, more than not, that stuff doesn't matter, and we can't take it with us, you know. And stuff isn't making people feel good anymore. It's not. You know, and when that thing is, weird thing about that New Zealand thing, why were there tourists there? Well, because money wins. And if people have money and they want to do stuff, you know, whether there's dangers or not, the mom's like, oh, if my daughter knew that there was a danger, dude, there's earthquakes every day all over the world. I mean, what space observers? I mean, you got to educate yourself. There's always weather. I mean, why would you? I would like to maybe see a volcano. I used to grow up next to Mount Shasta in Lassen. Lassen was the last erupted, but supposedly it's not active, how they can do whatever. But Mount Shasta, so I stay up late at night thinking about, oh my god, if the volcano erupts, we're all gonna die. But that's not the reality of it. I think that was my spirit recalling instances on Atlantis when things went awry. So I have a lot of dreams about the ocean and water rising and things like that, and always have. And so, you know, if it hasn't happened, it has happened. If it hasn't happened yet, it has happened. Wait. If it's already happened, it'll probably happen again. And history is so wiped out anyway. Ain't nothing ever happens for the first time that we know of, because time doesn't have an end or a beginning. So ain't nobody around to verify it anyway. So I think it's really funny when all these professional types, you know, like programmers are the worst. And if your technology works, just be glad, because software ain't compatible. You know, everybody's all, my stuff is my stuff, and your stuff is my stuff, and it's just because people are fearful inside. You know, we live in a society where people are fearful, so they act out in fear. And so, I don't know, maybe people will, and the thing of it is, if more people step out of their fear into their spirit, because you can't have fear and faith at the same time, they can't be in the same place. So if people step more in their faith, and that things are just going to be okay. Shoot, even if we die, we're going to be okay. It's okay to die. Everybody does it. You know? I think people just don't want to get hurt. Well, it's all a part of life. People are experiencing more parts of life than they ever thought or imagined. I did a lot of hallucinogenics when I was young. I'd done shrooms and Alice and so I know what our minds can do. You know, I know what our minds are capable of, and I think that has given me a benefit back then, because I look around, I'm like, you don't even know what your mind would. If you did freaking a mushroom right now, you would freaking shrivel up into a little ball, because you're a tiny little thing that you don't even know what you are. You poor little tiny thing, you don't know what you are. You know, you don't know what your mind can do. And people just go, yank, 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 and then follow a dialogue and a script, and it's just like, no, our spirits are so much more than this, and this is insulting, so can we get on with things? And that's what's happened. We're just getting on with things. So, anyway, it's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad morning. Peace. Wait, where did you go?